quick shout out to the small businesses that are helping us share these inspirational stories in the Season of Giving series. Blackhawk Bank and Trust, giving back year-round and providing personal service in 18 neighborhood branches. Safe, solid, secure since 1961. Great company. And the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds. Fair tickets are now on sale, by the way. It's going to be a big comeback year. And venues are also available for winter and spring celebrations. And Peterson Plumbing and Heating, a family-run business committed to great service and community. They've been supporting our work for the past 2 years now. This may look like a racing story. It may sound like a racing story. But it's much more than that. It's a story of giving everything he has for those he loves, and for them giving back just as much, if not more. It's a story of a community coming together, celebrating what they have instead of focusing on what they don't. And now, after facing obstacle after obstacle, can they get that one thing they are fighting so hard for, but just cannot seem to reach? But even if they don't, is there a win without it? Final lap, the race for the checkered flag. I first met Doug a couple years ago. He was just getting back into racing after nearly losing his life 20 years ago on this track in Bluegrass, Iowa.
We had an aluminum drive shaft and they made us take it out, so we put the steel drive shaft in and it didn't have the clearance in the yoke, and I was kind of babysitting it, thought I could handle it, and come up through the car and went through my arm, spun my arm on a couple of times and spun right up into my chin and my chest. And it was about 7 surgeries over 5 days and 21 days in intensive care and things like that, but we got through it.
Racing would never be the same, and soon he would walk away. But then, nearly 2 decades later, something called him back. An illness that lit a fire in him. The reality that his youngest son would miss out on a milestone the other boys got.
And my son Aaron, who's 27, says, we're out golfing one day, and he says, you know what really sucks? He says, me and Ryan are in all these checkered flag picks, and Caleb will never be in one.
So his son was there on his first time back in a car for a practice run.
What do you think?
He would also be there with so many family members a few weeks later on Father's Day. This would be the perfect moment, until it ended, just like so many other races would end over the next several months. Months of trying, and things just didn't line up. Doug decided to refocus on the important things in life. Your goal, your motivation, your endpoint changed a little bit as you got into the season?
It evolved as we went. You know, obviously we're still competitive and want to win. There was some things with the car. It wasn't a matter of coming back and being rusty. It was a matter of coming back and being out of it for so long, you know, as far as like pit crew being green. I never even thought of that. 20 years ago when we raced, all my guys have been racing for 10 years, you know.
Instead, an unexpected win, inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I'd like to thank my dad.
His speech cut short as emotions took over.
The Hall of Fame induction, when he got a little bit choked up and handed you the award.
So did I.
What did that mean to you?
Everything. I didn't know he was going to do it. You know, I was just tickled that he was inducted, and he didn't talk too much. You know, he was up there real short and sweet, and then he comes up and hands me the trophy, the plaque. It was a complete surprise, but very nice. Very nice.
We talked about when the fact that he got into this, he had a goal. It became different as the whole family got involved.
He did have a goal, and it was all of our goal was for him to get a checkered flag with Caleb.
Doug was not quite done yet.
Doug Lenth will light the tires and burn the fire. Here we go.
As the second season came and just about went, this happened.
Sparks are flying.
Pretty normal night. We went out there. Things were going pretty decent. We made a couple changes to the car. We found a couple mistakes and corrected them, and pretty positive going in.
Get into the feature, take off, What are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I knew the car was good. Right when we took off, I could feel I had a lot of bite and got good traction. The two guys in front of us were having a great race. The 3C and KT Franks in the 81C, and they had a couple restarts where we kept getting shuffled from the bottom to the top, and I wanted to be up on the top. Well, a couple times they put me to the bottom, and I thought, I knew Durbin and Barnes would probably be coming, and maybe Matt Warner. So I thought, well, if I can get by these guys in time, we'll see what happens.
Spot on, going high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4. That's what he set the car up for, and it just worked out perfect because everybody else was trying to go high with him, or if they get underneath him, he set the car up to get the bite off the corner, and it worked.
But would it be enough? Doug found himself in a place he hadn't been in a very long time.
You're going into the end now. You get the final lap. What's going through your mind?
Well, it's been 20 years since I've led a feature, so I can tell you that I forgot. I don't get nervous when I'm racing, I really don't, but I forgot about the emotions. And well, I'll tell you what, they were there. I mean, it was intense. The green flag lap, when it came out, I about drove it into the wall.
His fiancée, Stephanie, has been there every step of the way, recording each race with hopes of capturing that one great run on her phone. She had already taped so many.
So it's one of those things that I have it right in front of my face, and I try not to lift my eyes off of my phone so I don't miss anything. So I got to see it through the screen and not really watching it on the track. Go, baby, go! It was hard. I mean, there's dirt flying at my eyes and everything else, so I'm trying my best to make sure I stay focused on his car.
His dad hoping he can hang on.
Were you quietly starting to wonder, can we get there?
Well, I always knew Doug could drive.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if we was ever going to get the car where we wanted. With 5 laps to go the week before last, I'm talking to his son there at Pitts, and he's got 2 great guys behind him, 2 great drivers, great cars. I said, he knows how to win a feature.
The checkered flag.
Then you hit the checkered.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Pretty emotional.
Feature winner tonight, Doug Lenth.
I told you before in the other interview, I thought we'd pretty much accomplished everything that we had wanted, and it wasn't. That really wrapped it up for us, so it was pretty neat.
Did you see something in him after that win?
Yes. The fire was just relit, and you could tell his excitement and, I mean, just the pride that his son finally has that memory, and now all 3 of his boys get to share that, so. And even my son, who's 4, and he helps raise him, and he's in the picture too, so I mean, he's even got that going for him.
Here he is out of the car, folks, out of Cologne, Illinois. What a race. Let's give it up for Doug Lenth.
How about that? Congratulations, Doug.
So you seem to be kind of a reserved guy. So when he hit that flag, what did you say? What did you do?
Oh my gosh, my grandson picked me up, and we were squealing and yelling and hollering and pumping our fist, and it was just a great feeling. He's won a lot of features. It's been 20 years ago since he's even led one. And this was probably the best one for me.
This was actually a family win, right?
Oh, goodness sakes, yes. We got nephews and grandkids and grandsons and aunts and girlfriends, and they all work. They all work. It's a family deal. We load up, we take. A lot of times we have 4 vehicles there. We're pulling he pulls a golf cart, I pull a golf cart, we pull the trailer. They're loaded. They're loaded with people.
And you won as a family.
Yes, we did.
Caleb sharing the moment.
When did you decide to get up on top of the car?
My dad just lifted me up there.
What's that like, being on top of a race car holding a trophy?
Fun.
An entire family sharing this incredible moment.
In your life, where does this sort of rank?
I thought of that yesterday. I thought you were going to ask me that question, and I can tell you my biggest feature win was our late model feature win when we first started out, our very first race, and this one here is a much more emotional win. So I would say this one probably tops that.
The checkered flag now in the books, but there are still chapters to write in this story. But now for someone else.
Now that he did it for Caleb, now it's going to be for him. Now he's got goals for himself, so we got a long way to go, I think.
And that's part of that internal drive that made him so successful.
He's going to be in this car until he can't be anymore. He's made that perfectly clear, so we got a long time, I think.
And you're going to be right there with him, I assume.
Every step of the way.
There are several more racing stories and other inspirational pieces, both on our YouTube channel and our podcast. This is The Heart of the Story with Garrett Metivier.